I did want to move the motorhome today because I wanted to do some laundry that accumulated that's easier, plus some dishes. So I came here. I haven't been here for a while. Not only do I want to do some dishes here, where I won't feel as stressed as where I usually do a little bit at a time and leave everything clean, but it's still stressful, which adds to irritable bowel syndrome, which is the same place I usually do a little bit of dishes, where I go to the bathroom that's more clean and more quiet. But I still, I went to the food bank and the regular lady wasn't there, so the other one that is not good at all with people's skills, sadly still near the end of her life, is not good at it. I was trying to make her day less stressful because it was busy by just communicating as clearly as possible, and therefore just getting her permission and passing on that permission to another people that I got it, and just respect. But I mean, I wouldn't even, she'd turn around, she'd have the attitude right away and burn fuel. I thought I had to eat this right away. I thought it'd be warm or something, but I'm not in a rush to eat it. But like the effort, I'm still talking and she's answering her assumptions when I'm not even finished saying what I want to say, which is based on me making an effort to go there, and just to say, is that okay? And it's really things they should say yes to, right? It's not like I'm not asking a lot. And in fact, I'm not making full use of the services there, in part because the customer service is so dehumanizing. But if she would repeat what happened to somebody else, say he wouldn't listen, when it's measurable that it's her that wasn't listening when I was trying to create a win-win scenario to make it as easy for both of us as possible. When I ask, oh, who can I ask for this? And I had to ask her. I never, most of the other people are nice, like the kitchen people, and pretty much most of the other ladies that are happy to help and go there and are busy and don't feel a sense of superiority, and they're really nice. But still, like I just told somebody else yesterday, I just try to avoid that place, and it's so horrible, that I've been helpful already. She knows I volunteered for the Christmas hamper, and this is why, like, what's happening in the news now with like refugees in most countries of the world, and I've cataloged this in Norway, the hypocrisy and the money laundering and the fake image they were selling of themselves as a culture when it comes to immigration, and how everybody there, oh, I hope I'm rooting for you, and yet I'm part of the problem. Like immigration police telling me this, oh man, I hope you stick it to them at the UDI. We don't like who's in charge of that, and yet we're happy to have this job in this new prison for immigrants who didn't do anything wrong other than just hoping Norway is a country that won't violate their human rights when they will, in just slightly different ways than where they left. Like right now, you're very close to an exponential increase. You're like within 2 years to 3 years, there'll be an exponential increase of refugees for political, economic, war, climate related things. And by the way, everything is related to climate and the monetary paradigm, which has created a lot of the climate issues, but also ignorance, right? You don't learn a lot about your planet because you think you're God's gift to this planet, and you can do whatever you want without learning about it. But also, the greed and inequalities in your monetary paradigms create these things that are accelerating in your social and ecological systems. And to see how inhuman you are right now with refugees, and I can't even watch like somebody tell their story on the news when they show a little bit of it, of one person out of thousands that are there. Because who can handle that much shame and humanity that is absent in the news, right? But that's really who you are. It's so disappointing. I'm reading this right now, okay? And I've been disappointed in Marvel many times for how, they have characters, including a few in the X-Men, where they speak French, and they make zero effort to actually get the French language right when their character goes from English to French a little bit in their communication. And you can do that for free using like Google Translate and just double check it maybe with like a deep L. Or you can, use all your millions and get a translator to verify it for you. But there's no effort I've seen. So there's a few things that are correct, but there's a lot that's incorrect, and you can tell they want to do more, but they got nobody because they don't make the effort. So what's the price of this? I can't see right now. It's 20 something for US. There's a sticker on top. For Canada, $37.99. I'm not sure where this one was printed. I'd have to look into it, put the phone down. But right now, there's going to be, some changes with, let's say, Mexico, United States, Canada. So if this is sold, let's say, in English, let's say in Canada, the US, and Mexico, it should be the same price everywhere based on the equivalency of the same price, right? It shouldn't be, and it's even horrible. A lot of it was printed in Canada, shipped back to the States, shipped back to Canada, and then charged so much more. In the same communities sometimes where the big printing places were to print these. So if you think that's fair trade or that is human level intelligence, politicians, you have to do something about this. I'm telling you, language is really, really flawed with you as a species, and the concept of equality is very, very misunderstood or on purpose misled, even in your own minds. It's I wanted to talk about a whole bunch of other things, and I think that this was supposed to be a vlog on democracy, and I don't even think I'm going to post this. I don't even want to post vlogs where I'm venting anymore. So this is a tough month, okay? January starting today for me is a very tough month. My grandfather died 25 years ago, and in 25 years I'll be the age where he died. But a part of me doesn't want to live that long, and it's because I live among you, right? It's I'm passing by a school where it's kids with special needs, although it's debatable how they qualify for this based on the ignorance of the adults that work in the school district. And I offered to volunteer, and the reason that I didn't hear back is likely that I asked one of the teachers if she wanted to co-facilitate. And again, it shows the incompetence of the fear and the low self-esteem and the low self-confidence that builds with life skills lessons, by the way. And just, that I can't even volunteer. And other places I'm passing by, I'd like to see the Korean lady that was walking her dog that gave good hugs, but I gave her my email. She never contacted me. That was like a few months ago. Like people not being able to follow up. There's an Asian lady at the pool that I've seen for months, and we've never really talked except recently where I kind of, from far away outside, I said, oh, when she was going in, there's a big line in there. She had a beautiful little, well, not little, but pink toque. But the thing is observing her over the months, I don't see her as being friendly, really. And, I still have a lot of trauma from, even in places like Japan, where for me most women are beautiful, is just a lack of kindness or caring for others. And I'm telling you, this refugee situation is going to get worse, including in your own countries, including in people that would qualify as your own tribe, ethnically or culturally, that you would define. You are still, and this is a great example, this community, of how they shun newcomers who are sometimes so much more caring and intelligent than the locals are. And it's such great evidence all around the world that, you are not human. You are not human as a species. Just because you wear clothes, you have more or less 10 fingers when you're born, is you consider this human, and you consider that you already at a much older age than me, in charge of something like the food bank, think that you've become the pinnacle of what it is to be a successful a role model, worthy human being. Your standards are so low and you are so much in denial. It's very disappointing. So I'm realizing, hey, I paid for the pool. I get 50% discount, but I paid so many individual transactions that I would have saved money in the last couple of months, or at least month, by buying the monthly fee. But the thing is I don't want to, because I could lose it if I succeed to leave, because I really don't want to be here. And again, it's not the grass is greener on the other side. It's just the triggers and the closing doors and the shunning is something I can count on consistently here. But it's not something that would be as common or as consistent if I went to a new place. So again, species alienation, for me, one of the cures is avoiding people and being in nature, unless I observe bad behaviors like people not picking up their dog's poop or something like that, or driving in horrible ways in front of, in public parking lots or things like that. For me, ecocentric medicine, or to just keep moving, not stay in the same community too long. Now, if I found a community, again, I ask so little for me to decide to stay in a community. Could be a part-time job. Could be a good friend or a girlfriend. And everything else will rotate around this, because, I don't ask for as much as you guys do, but I can't even get the human standards in any small percentage of my life. And that's sad. And again, you think I have to conform, that something is wrong with me. And more of you think or feel this, and you can't even participate in conversations about it, because if you did, you know that maybe I'm good enough with language to challenge your thinking using language and say, well, if you think this, or if you want me to act like this, then do you, let's say, consider that you value the concept of human rights? Do you consider that, this is a good behavior or a bad behavior, or that this option also exists and maybe you didn't think of it, or it's a slight bigger effort, but you don't want to do it?